He also posted a chilling threat on X that translates to, quote, "I say to the Americans, look at this picture and know that neither your palaces nor the Secret Service will protect you. We're currently in the stage of surveillance and analysis. I told you our revenge is a matter of time." Now, the suspect, Mohammed al-Sadi, is a 32-year-old Iraqi national. He now stands accused of taking part in as many as 20 different terror attacks on Americans. He was taken into FBI custody after agents identified his revenge plot.
That's
he was
insane.
hoping to avenge the killing of Iranian military chief Qasem Soleimani in a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad, as you just mentioned, Dana, 6 years ago. Interestingly, or coincidentally, the president himself yesterday, we saw him all live on camera. He was ruminating about the threats to his life that he has faced so far.
Look, anybody in office, not only in this country, in other countries too, but when you are a consequential president, your life is in grave danger. I knew that.
It is also astonishing, Dana, when you realize that all of this went down as the Iranian regime has been trying to negotiate with President Trump. Dana?
Right. That is a key detail. Thank you so much.
Yep, they're trying to make a deal, and then they're trying to assassinate Donald Trump's daughter at the same time. This is completely insane, and fuck these people. They suck, and I'm really happy that a lot of their leaders are dead, actually. No, you're not allowed to be happy when terrorists die. Well, that's because you're a pussy and a cuck. You're a pussy cuck. That's why you feel that way, pussy cuck. I, however, don't believe in that faux ideology of actually you have to let them rape and kill you. I believe in the ideology of kill them first. Okay, like, bro, I'm tired of this, man. It's crazy. Now, anyway, for those of you that are forgetful, Tucker Carlson literally stated if Iran actually tried to assassinate Trump, we should nuke them. All right, and this is coming from the guy that's super anti the Iran war because he's pro-Islam and almost everything. And it's pretty insane to watch this happen. Now, U.S. and Iranian negotiators reach deal awaiting the President Trump's final approval. This is pretty insane. It seems like we're actually fucking getting there. And of course, you got Mehdi Hassan and retards like that crying, "No! Israel struck a Hezbollah military base that was firing missiles at them on Eid. Ethnic cleansing on Eid." First of all, it's not ethnic cleansing if you kill terrorists that are shooting missiles at you. And second of all, no! I'm trying to kill you on my holiday and you're fighting back? Fuck! I can't believe you would do such a thing! October 7th was literally on a Jewish holiday, by the way. All right, but anywho, while we're one step away from peace, all right, Donald Trump just needs to approve the deal. We bombed the fuck out of Iran. Before getting too deep into the chaos, free cash was promised to me 3,000 years ago. One thing I recently added to my daily routine is using free cash. For a few minutes here and there, if I'm gonna play games as a time sponge, I might as well make some money out of it. Free cash is a fun and easy way to earn real money by doing simple tasks while already on your phone. Play games. Complete surveys, do simple tasks, and turn your bathroom break into an investment. I've been enjoying playing Call to Dragons on free cash, a high payout strategy-based building game. You get instant payouts with a really easy process through PayPal, Amazon, or Visa. There's already over $250 million paid out to over 60 million users worldwide. It's a win-win. They get someone to test out their games and fill out their surveys, and you get paid. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to sign up and get a $10 bonus today. Now, back to the chaos. Every individual sign up literally supports the channel, so if you could click the link in the description and do the thing, that would be very appreciated.
Fox News alert, we just carried out a new wave of strikes in Iran. The Pentagon confirmed...
It was self-defense, guys. I'm just letting you know it was self-defense.
Confirming to Fox that U.S. forces struck 4 Iranian drones, posing a threat to the Strait. CENTCOM also bombing an Iranian military site.
Yeah, it was self-defense. It was all, I don't even know what you're talking about. It was all self-defense. By the way, for those of you that don't believe me.
Right, but I've never heard evidence that there are hitmen in the United States. I mean, trying to kill Trump right now, we should...
Well, that was a lie.
Like, have a nationwide dragnet on this, and we should attack Iran immediately if that's true.
Fantastic point, fucker Katarlson. You make such a good point.
Don't you think?
No.
If they're trying to assassinate our president?
They have been for 2 years.
Then
they
why
are
are we
enemies.
at war with them?
You know, I'm really glad you brought that up, fucker Katarlson. We are there, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we are trying to
Why don't we just nuke Tehran if they're trying to murder
Holy shit. fucker Tarlson's genocidal.
President, there's nothing that you could do that would be worse for the United States than murdering Trump. And I just don't understand why you're not calling for the use of
Anyway, now he calls Trump the Antichrist. How far are they fallen?
nuclear weapons against the Ayatollah right now. I'm serious. If you really believe they're trying to murder
the use of nuclear weapons, see,
whatever
that's part
it
of the
takes.
problem of
Bro, I love this guy. He's amazing. He stands for literally nothing. It's incredible. Man, every single guy I call out just ends up being retarded. It's almost like God favors those that favor him.
You don't seem to take the allegations seriously. I do. If you believe they're trying to murder Trump, we need to stop what we're doing and punish them.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm so glad you put that on the record, sir. That's exactly what's happening right now. They tried to assassinate Trump twice. We have 2 Iranian assassins in jail, and we have a third one that tried to assassinate Trump's daughter. You know, so complete and utter fucking W, America. Fuck this fucker. This is crazy. Anyway, we bombed Iran.
That was seconds away from launching a 5th drone.
Uh-oh.
We're told these strikes were purely defensive
We defensively blew up their entire face.
intended to maintain the ceasefire, quote unquote.
Yeah, we're maintaining the ceasefire while we bomb these people to kingdom come.
This comes just after the president called a high-stakes cabinet meeting at the White House today. The main topic, Iran.
Well, I think we're doing very well. I think starting to give us the things that they have to give us, and if they do, that's great. And if they won't, then the man on my left is going to finish them off.
That's right.
The man on his left, Pistol Pete.
There he is.
We're going to use maximum lethality. And we bring them to their knees.
Love
So
to
whether
hear
it's their
that.
Navy that's at the bottom of the Persian Gulf,
That's right.
their Air Force,
It's done.
their air defenses, or their defense industrial base, they may have missiles, but they can't build more right now.
That
and they
sucks
can't
for
build
them.
more drones right now, and they can't build more ships.
Oh, shit.
And so they came and cried.
Somewhere, a Muslim is calling you a hypocrite because you don't like when they lose wars, but you like when you win wars. Somewhere, an 85 IQ inbred is saying, you hypocrite. It's okay for you to have nukes, but it's not okay for them to have nukes. Yes. Yes, actually, I do like it when we win and when they lose. Yes, true. Good point. Good point, sir. I didn't think of that.
I'd uncle to talk.
Administration sources believe a deal's still imminent. We're using the carrot and the stick.
I think there's been some progress and some interest, and we'll see over the next few hours.
1 step away from making a deal. Now we have to bomb the fuck out of them for self-defense purposes. Listen, I actually don't care if we kill terrorists. I know that I know that for some reason it's like, no, we're not allowed to kill. Human life is sacred. Human life is sacred. And in the Bible, which is why I consider human life sacred, you know, because God says it's sacred in the Bible when he says thou shalt not murder. God also gives tons of provisos of when you should kill people. Like, for example, if they're murderers, or for example, if you're at war with them. All right? Like, it's stated multiple times. So, the same God that's telling you not to murder is also telling you exactly when you should fucking kill your enemy. All right? So, I am tired of, like, these emotional cock wobblers just smearing their emotional diarrhea all over every conversation ever. All right? I'm tired of this slop. Actually killing terrorists is awesome.
Hours and days whether progress could be made. I just want to remind everybody, Mr. President, you know this well, you have other options available to you if that doesn't work. But the bottom line is that we prefer the negotiated diplomatic route, and we're going to give it every chance to succeed.
The markets are bullish on the deal. The Dow and S&P hit record highs today, and oil fell to the low 90s.
I was told, literally, the moment this war started, I was told by every libtard and CNN and all these fuckers, they all came together to say that this was going to cause the Great Recession. You mean to tell me that the stock market's at an all-time high? Wow. Are they going to, like, take accountability for the fear-mongering, or are they just going to move on to the next thing?
That's
that was a rhetorical question.
After we gave them another love tap earlier this week, and then just now, wiping out members of the Guard after catching them laying mines in the Strait.
Yeah, it sucks
the
for
regime's
them.
response?
Shouldn't have done it. To quote Asmongold, shouldn't have done it.
Not much.
Yeah, what are they going to do? They have no military. Like, I love how you still have these fucking cockroaches being like, Iran is completely humiliating America at war. Wow, Iran has decimated the American military. Meanwhile, we're fucking bombing the shit out of them. They can't do anything in return. Like, they have 2 child soldiers with muskets on camels doing their absolute best to fight for the sake of Allah.
Negotiators kind of ignored it to keep peace talks on track.
Yeah, because they're that fucking scared of backing out of peace talks. Yeah.
And they're trying to put a leash on the Guard, telling them to quit with the Strait shenanigans if they want to live to see another day.
Yeah.
The mullahs have no choice. The clock's working against them.
They're just going back to the internet because they're getting clobbered. Their economy is in free fall. They have 250% inflation.
Ooh.
Their money has no value. Their whole economic system is broken down.
Bro, we could buy Iran for like 5 shekels.
They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms. Look what happened last night. That was the prelude to the midterms.
The Iranians are looking for the relief valve. Big steel companies in Iran are completely shut down. Israel blew them up. And paychecks are bouncing. Israel. Meanwhile, our economy, still the largest in the world. Our GDP, bigger than China, Germany, and India combined.
But I was told we need to play ball with these people, and we desperately need them because we're not actually the world superpower. A couple of Muslims told me that. A couple of 85 IQ inbred people from Pakistan told me that we lost the war to Iran.
Plus, now we're getting fresh batches of sweet crude from our new amigo.
Over 10 million barrels of Venezuelan oil have been delivered to the United States since
But
the 3rd
I was
of
told
January.
that the Venezuela operation was going to be an absolute catastrophe that would start World War III and we'd lose thousands of men. That's what political analyst extraordinaire Sneeko and Hassan Piker have collaborated to tell the world. You mean to tell me they were wrong and it was just completely and utterly beneficial to us and the Venezuelan people? Like, without even a shadow of a doubt, and all those fear-mongering retards are never going to actually have to eat shit publicly because they were completely wrong about this? That's crazy.
That industry is being professionalized for the first time ever. It's going to the benefit of the Venezuelan people. They are selling oil in the market at market rates. The money's going to an account in the United States, controlled and monitored by Treasury, audited by KPMG. And it's for the first time ever, the money's not being stolen. It's going to the benefit of the Venezuelan people.
Meanwhile, the Iranians can't get any oil out. 109 of their ships, they've been 180'd.
Yeah.
The blockades cost them $20 billion and counting. Their ships are sanctioned and stuck. Iran needs the deal, and they're asking for a little moolah. We froze billions of their assets at the start of the war, and they want us to thaw out some of the bank accounts ASAP. But we're not giving them their allowance back if they don't follow orders.
Is the U.S. considering easing sanctions on Iran to allow Iran to sell its crude to market?
No, we're not talking about any easing of sanctions.
You mean to tell me that we're not going to write a like $4 billion check to Iran and fly over pallets of cash like Obama? You mean to tell me that Donald Trump is like, it's almost like he's a different guy or something? And all of the neocons that were freaking out that Trump is making some sort of deal, it's almost like they really jumped the gun here. They didn't have faith in the orange buffalo.
Live video.
Why not?
No
This
problem.
is Europe. This is not Africa.
Okay, it's take video. No
Okay?
problem. Okay, no
Don't
problem.
touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
What is it?
It's a bell.
Okay, it's free.
No, not free. Why free?
Huh?
Oh no, video no.
Yes.
No video.
Why not?
Tell me video, man free. Why free? No free. Why? Keep it man free. Man, video
Guys.
Why free? Why free?
No.
Why not?
Excuse me.
Why not?
No, not nothing. Not nothing.
Why not?
What are you man free?
What do you have to hide?
No, why free? No
Come
free.
down. No problem.
Why?
No problem, guy. No problem.
No, there's no
It's my
problem.
young brother. No problem. It's not you speak nothing.
What
No, you
are
speak
you
English.
free? No free. Man, why? Yeah, no. I'm telling this.
Bye.
No
Bye.
free. What I'm saying.
Bye.
What?
My question is,
Why did you?
why did you say not film? Why?
Is this no you speak English?
Okay, I don't care.
Okay.
Listen, we are here in Europe, you know? We are in Europe.
Okay, parli
You
italiano.
can film me.
Yeah, parli italiano.
That's
sì.
a public place. It's a public space. Why not video? Well, because of what?
Guys,
No, it's my job.
these guys is no you speak Italian. No you speak English.
No, he speak English. He said no video. Why did you say no video? Because of what?
Guys,
No.
Because of what?
No. Why video?
no
Why not?
No
This is
problem.
Europe. This is not
Okay,
Africa.
it's take it video. No
Okay?
problem. Okay, no
Don't
problem.
touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Let's go.
if you're trying to delegitimize the Jewish people's right and claim to the land and existence, if you're trying to demonize us and make us seem as monsters and take out all context to make it seem as Israel's the worst thing in the world and now connect it to other problems in the world, if you're trying to hold a double standard where you care about some
Rudy,
Palestinians, you are an anti-Semite if you are doing that.
Passionate. I did, so I'll apologize for that. I'll come back. I want to address that. Don't move forward. I want to address it.
No, I'm not moving forward. I'm finishing the point. Zionism is the idea. This is why definitions are important. Zionism comes from the word Zion, which is Jerusalem, and the idea that we have a right to return and self-determine on this ancestral homeland. To be against this idea, to be anti-Zionism, is against the idea that the Jewish people should have a right to self-determine. That is anti-Semitic. I'm Rudy Rockman. I'm a Jewish and Israel rights activist, and today I'm surrounded by 20 pro-Palestinian activists who completely disagree with me. My next surrounded claim is that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism.
If you would like to debate this claim, please get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
All of this is to sow chaos and distract from the focal point. We are opposed to an occupation imposed on the occupied people. If I'm opposed to that occupation, I'm opposed to the ideology of that occupation, which is Zionism. Therefore, I'm not against the people that supposedly tie themselves to that identity. I'm against said identity. So if I'm against Zionism, it should be very clear I'm against anyone who supports it, whether they're Jewish or not, because you mentioned Christian Zionism. You're obviously opposed to that. So am I, because I'm not about this person or that person. If there was a Muslim Zionist, I would be opposed to them. It's the ideology, not the person. And the actual, in my opinion, most Zionists are Christians. Christian Zionists. Yes, you can go ahead. But all of this is a smokescreen to distract from the focal point.
It's very sad that you have so much pain in your heart and have gone through so much that someone speaking in front of you that actually has compassion and is genuine in front of you have to see it as tactics or that there's an objective or that there's a motive. There isn't. Okay, I see you as my family, like I've said before. These are not just these are not talk because we need to hear it over and over and over because we're denying it and we're rejecting it, and that exists on both sides. I say it to Israelis all the time. I debate Israeli extremists all the time. We need to be able to transcend. Now, let me explain why. Let me explain why Zionism is a form of anti-Semitism. Right? There are many ways that someone can be against the population, including the Jews. Hitler wanted to kill all of the Jews. Some Nazis wanted to just kick Jews out. Some Nazis wanted to have Jews there, but just give them different rights. There are different ways of being anti the Jewish people. One of the ways of being anti the Jewish people is to be against the idea and the movement of our right to live in our ancestral homeland.
Who determines that, right? Why do you have the exception to say, I have a right to do this, I have a right to do that? Like, where does that exception come from? Why do you have this?
The indigenous argument of any indigenous people's rights to self-determination,
which is part of the smoke.
It's not debunked. It's actually been proven. A lot of people even here claim to be Jewish, and you know your ancestors are Jews as well, from that land. We come from this civilization, both of us, the Jewish people are indigenous. That is the civilization you actually descend from, and you opted out by either converting to Christianity or Islam, or Arabized over time,
the same way
have another identity that was created,
ancestors,
which is
not me, my ancestors that I can't speak to.
60%
maybe they were Canaanite, maybe they were this, maybe they were that. That doesn't matter.
Palestinian ancestry, according to genetic studies that have been done over the decades, shows that they descend from the Jewish population. And in cities like Yatta, Yafo, Tzfat, Hebron, Shrem, if you go to East Jerusalem, those population of Palestinians is up to 90 to 80%. Again, like I said earlier, you can find publications like Nature, American Journal of Human Genetics, studies done by Nebel, by Hammer, by Behar. These are very clearly proven that Palestinians descend from there, and so do the Jewish people. If the Jews want to live in their ancestral homeland, that is a form of decolonization.
All of this is a moot point that could be debunked with a 10-second Google search.
Okay, we got someone distracts from the focal point.
Google it. Actually gave all the sources.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
April 2025, the IOF forces made a complete blockade, no food aid, no shelter, nothing getting in to Gaza. There has been 470 people, mainly women and children, that have died from severe malnourishment, and it's expected to be 10,000 of these people who die from severe malnourishment. It's been declared a famine in Gaza. Famine. There has been journalists. This is the highest amount of journalists that we've ever seen die. 270 journalists have been targeted, killed. This is more than we've seen in World War I, World War II, the Civil War, the post-9/11 wars, all combined.
Okay, you made 2 points.
No. These are my points to say this is what happens under a Zionist regime.
Okay. So this is what happens during war. If we
No, this is what happens during genocide.
I let you finish.
You starve a population.
I didn't do anything. Okay, don't you?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
the
so
Israeli
we can talk about the Israeli government.
Sure.
Right now, it's me and you as human beings that are talking about the situation.
But
right?
you support it.
No, I don't support people being starved and people dying and
but
people
you're supporting
suffering.
The regime.
I understand why things are happening, and I'm trying to focus on that in order to change it from happening so that people don't die anymore. Not just using selecting instances of Palestinian suffering when it fits an agenda in order to manipulate
Selective
that.
starvation?
No, are you talking about the thousands of
children
Palestinians that died in the Syrian civil war, by the hundreds of thousands
I'm talking
of
about the people that are in Gaza right now,
of course,
that are
only,
not
only
having, they are living in tents.
Only
They're dying
Palestinians
from
when it
being
comes to
freezed
Israel do you
out
like
and
to talk
having
about
no,
them?
but
Why
I'm
don't you
talking
talk about
these contexts
other
right
Palestinians that are
now.
suffering as well?
There's 197 buildings
let's talk about
that are
the
rubble
famine
now.
and the block
197
of aid.
buildings
The reason why aid was blocked, which I'm not for, is because Hamas was stealing all of that food. Yes. Hamas was stealing that food, killing other Palestinians.
So don't you think you should let more food in instead of blocking it? Where's the logic
I think
there?
should have been done. Here's a legitimate criticism.
More
Israel
food
created a
should be
safe
let in.
zone.
You know
what Israel could have done
Doctors
is to
said
remove the
that people would
population
come
from where
in,
Hamas
when
is.
they'd come out from the food aid, they'd all be shot in the same place on the same day. The one day people would come in with a shot in their arm, everybody,
The
because it
videos
was
that
a
we have
game.
is of Hamas shooting Palestinians trying to get aid.
It's the
There are
ISIS
plenty of
backed
videos
gangs
that are happening.
that Netanyahu has already agreed
The
to.
flags are up. You've been voted out.
Well, I think criticizing a regime is not criticizing identity. That was a point that was already brought up. But I have a question for you. Do you agree with the current strategy with the Board of Peace in order to bring stability to the Gaza region?
I don't.
And what are some of the criticisms that you have of that plan?
So first of all, I completely agree with you that criticizing a regime is not anti-Semitic. Like I said earlier, I don't know one Israeli that doesn't criticize the Israeli government. That's not anti-Semitism. That's not anti-Zionism either. When you're against the right for the Jewish people to live there, that's when it becomes anti-Semitic. Now, when it comes to the Board of Peace and Trump's policies and trying to create the French Riviera in Gaza and all these things, we are on the same page that this is horrible. There should be no imposition of the United States, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or any foreign entity coming into this land. This is the land of the Israelis and the Palestinians. And we have to create one civilization for both where we have equality in this land.
And so it's a democratic state, a one-state solution.
Yes, one civilization I call, because one state implies
you don't believe
the current political system, which
you don't
is
believe
flawed.
that Jewish or there needs to be a Jewish identity that's central to the governance
Of course I do.
Of Israel.
Of course
so
I do.
how could it be a democratic regime if everybody has autonomy and equal rights, if one ethnicity is prioritized over all
Great
others?
question. This is an honest conversation. I'm happy we're having it. So first of all, there are non-negotiables for the Jews and non-negotiables for the Palestinians. For the Palestinians, it's the right of return and freedom from the river to the sea. That creates a problem to today's Jewish non-negotiables, which are full economic, political, and military control over the land. Jerusalem is the capital, and the third temple is built. Now, how are you going to have these two things that are non-negotiable for both? Well, the idea of Palestinians returning to the land makes a demographic problem and a cultural problem. Today, a lot of Palestinians hate Israelis. They wouldn't want to live in Israel.
That is such an overgeneralization. I have to stop you there.
A lot of
But
Palestinians...
just to say to the camera, what this is advocating for is an ethno-state that prioritizes one particular population over those that
now
already
you're
had
putting words
regime
into
there.
people's hands.
That is
I did not say that there were priorities of individuals. There's a collective that are indigenous to the land. It will be...
We'll let you continue.
Yes, let me finish.
I'll actually give the truth to the camera as soon as you're done with this bullshit.
There's 16 million people, Jews, in the world, right? Those are the descendants of 2.5 tribes. There are 9.5 tribes that are missing as a part of that number. We were 12 tribes once upon a time. That population today that still identifies as a part of the Jewish people are 100 million outside of the 16 million, and half of them want to make Aliyah to move to Israel. So we would have 50 million Jews coming back to the land of Israel, Palestinians also returning. A lot of things have to happen before that day happens, where we change the culture, we create freedom of speech, which does not exist in Palestinian societies, we change the structure of education, and once we have something that we can both live together, we can have our aspirations together.
It is just.
Now, are you Palestinian?
Can I continue?
I'm just asking one question. I want to understand what
I'm not Palestinian, no, and I don't believe that identity gives credibility to those
No,
arguments.
it shows if someone's speaking as a fan or as a player.
No, whoa, a fan
or a player. Are you pro-Palestinian or are you Palestinian?
I don't think that we should view this as a fucking sports game, dude.
I'm sorry to curse again. I'm sorry to curse. It's not a sports game.
I can recognize an atrocity when I see it because I believe what my eyes are telling me.
Is October 7th an atrocity?
I believe that any innocent life that has died is something
October 7th an atrocity?
Any innocent life that dies needs to be condemnable.
So much for recognizing atrocities.
I just said any innocent life that dies needs to be condemnable. All I'm saying is it is an insane point to say that being anti-Zionism means you're anti-Semitic because you're spitting in the face of Jewish voices for Palestine. You're spitting in the face of Jewish voices for peace. All of these are people that recognize their identity as Jewish people that can also call out atrocities when they see it. Because they don't believe that just because they have a shared ethnicity means they need to endorse an ethno-state that is brutally killing people indiscriminately. They can recognize when they see something that is a human rights failure and advocate against that. What I want to make clear real quick, and I'll let you speak.
No, but
I will conclude.
And I'll let you respond after to your next claim, okay? There are populations within all peoples that turn against their own. There are individual
so
Palestinians,
Jewish voices
let me
for
finish.
Palestine
Yes,
are turning against their own.
There are tokens who side with their oppressors in order to try to be accepted in the modern world.
How is Palestinians oppressing Israelis when Israel's controlling the region?
They side with the world that hates the Jewish people and hates Israel and are attacking it in order to be accepted.
Israel is the only military in the Middle East that is backed by